Ford F350 Power Stroke with a 7.3 liter. As you can tell, it is nowhere near stock. The front end was removed from a 2007 F550. The reason for that being is I don't like the factory front end that comes on these for the 99s with the headlights and grill and all that kind of good stuff. The truck was not wrecked. Like I said, I like this front end better, so I swapped it out myself. I can show you pictures of it if you want to see it before and while the parts are being swapped, so you know that it wasn't wrecked or anything like that. All the front end pieces that you see, the grill, the bumper, the fenders, like I said, they were all removed from a 2007 F550. They are all factory Ford pieces. They're not aftermarket. The only thing that is aftermarket are these headlights. They're made by Eagle Eyes. The reason for that is they're a lot nicer than the factory Ford ones. As you've seen before, the factory Ford ones kind of get a yellow tint to them after a few years. These don't have the LEDs in them, so they actually look nice. They don't look cheap China crap. They're the Harley Davidson replica headlights. The headlights actually do have HIDs in them also. They're a 6000K, 35 watt, super bright at night. They're high and low beam, so the bulb actually moves in there, so you both have high and low beam. The flares are also factory for the F550, not aftermarket flares. As you can see, wheels, 22.5-inch Alcoa aluminum. All 6 of them are aluminum. The major difference between these and most of the ones you see is they are powder coated white. And if you look right in there, that's actually not powder coated inside those holes. It's actually polished. The reason for that being the actual inside of the wheel is polished. So this way, if you don't like the white wheels on there, all you'd have to do is rotate the wheels and flip them around. Then you have polished wheels out. So it gives you 2 different looks in one set of wheels. Pretty awesome. Still has the F550 badges on here. I thought it kind of fit the truck a little bit better. Body's in great shape. These mirrors are new takeoffs off of a 2012 or 2013 Super Duty. They do have all the power amenities on them. They have the power folding, power telescoping, heated, power adjustment, all that kind of good stuff. But the only 2 things that are hooked up are the lights and the adjustment. I didn't hook up any of the power telescoping features. If you'd like to do that, that is an option later down the road if you want to buy the switch for it. Alright, let me move on here. Like I said, body's in good shape. There are a couple little dings in it from use. You know, the truck is definitely used. Has aftermarket Weston step bars on it. Bed's in good shape. Dually fenders are in good shape. A couple minor little scrapes. I think you might be able to see that right there. Most of the little things you see is actually just dirt. The bed itself is in good shape. The rear wheels. Tires have about probably 10,000 miles on them. You'll typically get anywhere from 150 to 250,000 miles out of these tires on a pickup just because they're rated for so much more weight. Let's see, the rear end is all off a newer truck, like you can see. Taillights and tailgate are off a 2010. The bumper is off a 2013. This tailgate does have the mounted or integrated step, so you have the step that pulls out of it. Doesn't have the backup camera. LED reverse lights. I also pulled the factory hitch off and I installed this Kurt commercial duty hitch. It's actually rated for 20,000 pounds. It's a class 5 hitch, a 2.5-inch receiver. So it's the strongest one made for the truck. There is your hookup for your trailer wiring. It's all wired through the brake controller inside the truck. Over here you see that is actually for the overload airbags in case you ever need them. Pull this tailgate down. Like I said, step is built into the tailgate, makes it a lot easier to get in and out of the bed since it is lifted. Has a spray-in bed liner in here, a gooseneck hitch. The trailer plug is actually right there. You can't see it because of the light out here. It's right in front of that wheel well on the driver's side. Tailgate has a couple little dings in it. I don't think you'd really notice them unless I actually pointed them out. There, you can see right there. I think there are 3 dings in the tailgate total. Move around to this side. Bed is in great shape on this side also. No cracks in the dually fenders or anything of that nature. The exhaust is a full 4-inch from the turbo back. No mufflers on this. Rear window slider. Like I said, truck is in excellent shape. I've put probably 8,000 miles or more in this just on the last 2 months. I've driven this thing all over. Never had a problem with it. Oh, the other thing is I did install some aftermarket clearance lights. They're full LED. They're actually for a Dodge, not a Ford. I like the styling of the Dodge clearance lights a little better. They don't sit quite as high. Much more sleek. Take you for a quick tour around the inside of this. Okay, power windows, power locks, keyless entry, all factory. All the locks work, unlocks, windows roll up and down, or go up and down very fast. They're not slow. You know, all the locks work. I actually replaced the actuators about 6 months ago for all the locks. All the gauges work. 261,000 on it. I wouldn't hesitate to drive this anywhere in the country at any given moment. The wire you see there is for my navigation that I have in here, not included in the truck. I have some ultra heavy duty rugged ridge floor mats. These are great for when you're muddy, that way you don't ruin the carpet. These are in the front and in the back also. Kenwood, this is a Kenwood DVD player. It also has Bluetooth in there. Runs your iPod. I put a cable right out there. I also installed a set of these, which are great. They're the upfitter switches off one of the newer trucks. The first two are not being used. All 4 of them are wired up. They're all wired up correctly with independent relays and fuses. The second two, the number 3, is the reverse LED lights you saw earlier in the video. And number 4 is the exhaust brake. Now on number 3, the LED reverse lights also kick on when you put it in reverse. So both control those lights. It's just a lot easier when you're loading a trailer or working behind the truck. You can flip that switch on and have all the lights going and not leave it sitting there in reverse. Alright, here you see a basic brake controller. Works well. No issues with that. Interior, like I said, is in very good condition. All the door panels are all solid. Nothing's falling off, hanging down, or shaking. There's some minor cracking right there. Really typical Ford thing. My other truck is way worse than that. All the materials on the seats are good. There's no ripping, no tearing. As you can see, the padding on this seat is getting a little pushed down just from years of use. Not an issue at all. Rear door panel, like I said, good shape. Not falling off. Everything's solid on the truck. All the hinges, door pins, everything like that's good. Rear seat's in good shape too. Here's that rugged floor mat that I was telling you about. Great for when you have your dog in here, or just when you have your coworkers or buddies back there and you're all muddy. That way you don't ruin the interior of the truck. Rear slider, it's all tinted. Headliner's in good shape. Let me fold this guy forward real quick. 2 10-inch Pioneer subwoofers sound really good in the truck. Has an amplifier underneath the seat. Can't remember what brand. I believe it's a Memphis Audio. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. Go around to the other side and pop the hood so you can see under the hood. The truck doesn't leak any oil. Has some minor seepage, I think, around a couple gaskets, but it's not a drip or a pool or a puddle or anything like that. You can see some minor seepage right there. The motor hasn't been washed off. I haven't detailed it or cleaned it up to try to, hide any leaks that it has. AFE stage 2 intake. Both batteries were replaced, I think, within the last year or two. I can't remember when I replaced them. Like I said, motor's in great shape. This other seat, also in better, well, it's in better shape than the driver's just because it's not used nearly as often. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them as fast as possible. Look in the ad, my phone number is there, call me anytime. If I don't answer, please leave me a message, I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thank you very much, have a nice day.